What is up guys, this is Lintheo coming at you with a card discussion today about Chaofeng, Legend of the Zing. Now this card just looks so cool straight away, but we'll go straight into it. So it's a level 9 light worm synchro monster that has 2800 attack and 2200 defense. It's a generic, so it only requires one tuner and one or more non-tuners, and its effect reads as follows. If this card was synchro summoned, your opponent cannot activate effects of monsters with the same attributes as the original attributes of Zing monsters you used for the synchro summon of this card. When the synchro summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add one tuner monster from your deck to your hand once per turn. When a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one worm type monster from your deck in defense position whose attribute is the same as at least one of the original attributes those monsters destroyed had. So holy hell, that's one hell of an effect, but we'll break it down. So first off, it's generic, but the fact that you don't really, it doesn't really work if it's in a non-Zing/worm deck anyway, so making it generic is just kind of a fine, sure. So first off, if this card was synchro summoned, your opponent cannot activate effects of monsters with the same attribute as the original attributes of the Zing monsters used for the synchro effect. Okay, so Zings, we all know, fire, earth, water, wind, dark, light. They have every single attribute. So this card kind of adds a nice little controlling element to the deck. So for example, if you use a Jiatu as the tuner for this, then you use a Suwani, then you use a Bixi, and then finally maybe a Paolu, that's basically all of the attributes cannot now be used apart from light. This card just makes Zings really interesting to me. And, well, even more so because obviously I play Zings. It's nice that it is generic because it means that you don't have to use Zings for the build, because some people might play Mass Chameleon, for example, or anything like that, and you can combo off with Mass Chameleon to get just the extra levels on in case you can't actually get there fully. The second effect, where it says, when the synchro summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add a tuner from your deck to your hand. You add a generic tuner from your deck to your hand. Already that's good. If it was just a Zing tuner, sure, okay, that's not bad, but it just means that the fact that it is a generic synchro means that if there is a synchro-based deck that needs a level 9, you can put this in and then you can search out your other tuners. It opens up a lot of possibilities for other decks, other tuner decks, and while I can't really think of one that would actively use this apart from Zings, it's still a nice option for some people to have. Then the final effect. Once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one worm-type monster from your deck in defense position whose attribute is the same as at least one of the ones that are destroyed. So that just basically means if I attack into a Falco, for example, I can then special summon a Jiatu from my deck because it's a dark. But if, for example, I maybe Raigeki an entire field, well, I can special summon any basically attribute as long as it's one of those. So if there was a fire, wind and earth destroyed, I can special summon a fire, wind or earth. So it's just a really nice card. The attack being 2/8 is nice. The level is level 9, and I think they're quite clever there, because if they made it a level 8, this would have been crazy, crazy ridiculous. It's a little bit more difficult to make level 9s in Zings. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, and it is doable, but not as easy as level 8s. And they know that, because that's why they have Bian. It's interesting that they now have Yahtzee, Bian, now this, because they're going level 7, 8 and 9. I would like to see 10, because that would be very cool, because Zing can make 10 so easily, it's unbelievable. So what do you guys think of this card? Do you think it's going to be actively used in Zings? Personally, I'm going to play at least one copy. I think it warrants testing, but I think it's a nice boss monster at 1. It adds, as I said, a nice element to the deck, and it just means that you can control your opponent. I think it'd be very nice mid-late game in games 2 and 3, because it just means that you already know what your opponent's playing and you can kind of lock them down a little bit. So as I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.